Ashe family, this is Edwin Rose, always trying to bring you the truth. Forgive me for not shaving. I've been woofing for a couple of days. Um, so here we go, family. Are we food? You ready? Are we food? So for the last few days, I've been doing a lot of digging, a lot of research, and some of this stuff I've already seen before. Um, it's kind of weird because we was watching a movie and the lady was had special powers after being disappeared on a plane for 5 years. And one of the things that was being whispered to her, it's all connected, or to the guy, it's all connected. It's all connected. So a few years ago, I did um, a video about eating the body of Christ and drinking the blood, and what was his origins. Well, like I said, some of the things that I saw was the same thing from that. It goes back to it goes back to the beginning of European culture, um, all the way back to the Vikings. If you want me to start there, we can start there. But starting with the Vikings, now they will say this that they didn't they didn't drink the blood. Okay, I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked, but they enjoyed bathing in the blood. Okay, so for years and years, these people bathed in blood. One of the Viking kings thought it made him stronger. Um, I'm just trying to read it real quick for you guys. But anyway, I should have had everything laid out. But I got it on my Facebook page. I'm gonna have all these captions so you guys can go look it up and you guys can see where I got this from. So after the Viking dynasty kind of started taking over, um, that led to other cultures. That led to the Greeks. That led to the Romans. That led to all other cultures. Um, so during that time, after that, is the earliest that I can find them eating mummies. So they would go dig up mummies and eat the flesh. Now, this lasted for a couple of years, couple of hundred, couple of thousand years. They was eating it and enjoying it, but they said that they didn't like the old flesh. They liked it fresh. They liked the blood fresh. They liked and this is the one I'm talking about right here. You can pause it. They liked the freshness of the blood. So they started getting fresher and fresher mummies. Like they didn't want to go back and get the old mummies that's already dehydrated. That's what they were doing at first. But they wanted to, and they wanted nobles and kings. So the ones we got in museums today, they're thankful that these people didn't eat them. So now moving forward to the 1500s, they called it the Brazilian barbecue. Now, once again, you get it into some sick satanic stuff. They wanted corpse. They ate corpse, right? They barbecued them. You see that? See that picture right there? Those are arms and legs and thighs and shit. They barbecuing the people. But they say that's from a corpse. Now, here's why I tell you guys when you're doing your studies and your research, you got to connect the dots. They didn't like that. They didn't like, once again, they clearly said that they like, fresher corpse. So they were snatching, I believe, which I can't find any proof of it. They were snatching bodies and killing them. Um, and other cultures do the same thing. This is Elizabeth Bathory. She was from the 1500s. Once again, she loved to bathe in the blood of her victims. She was called the Bloody Countess and Countess Dracula. Um, I did another video. I told y'all that um, Dracula was a depiction of white people. It's not some evil monster. It's a depiction of white people. Now, just doing this, like, are we food? Like, did motherfuckers really consider us food? Cannibalism, the ultimate taboo, is surprisingly common. So, another group of people that I want to talk about is the Asians. Um, they tried to say it was a drought, and that's why they started eating each other. Um, but once again, you have to ask yourself, what happened to all the slaves that they had? What happened to all the warriors that they had, back in the day? And they want to say that they ate their own people. You gotta, like I said, man, you gotta connect the dots. Okay, cool. But historically, when you look this up and you look during those time periods, I mean, fishing and hunting has never had been an issue over there historically. They have beautiful land sides where the farming is just you just plant it and don't even have to tend to it, and it grows like wildfire. They used to eat more vegetables than meat. They have billions of people there, and they still feed them to this day. They're not talking about no shortage. Now we're talking about 1500s, 1300s, 1100s. Now all of a sudden, this beautiful land can't produce. But now, when you have double the population, triple the population, do you want to say somewhere in between there that they stop farming, stop fishing, stop manufacturing, stop trading, and start eating each other? Nah, man. They was eating us. We're the only ones that mummify our bodies. When you talk about African culture, we're the only ones that mummify our bodies. Okay, to the point where you had enough people to go around and eat. Like I said, you can look it up. You can look this shit up, and it's part of their culture: drinking blood, eating the flesh of the deceased, or even now. You start looking up today. Start looking up today. They want the blood of children, right? And how many times have I showed you guys where they will traumatize the child and then drink its blood because of the, the endorphins and the chemicals that's released because the child is being traumatized. It's that bullshit that we was talking about with Jeffrey Epstein and all those people. That they get the child, they traumatize the child, and they cut the child up. They collect his blood, drink his blood. That's the purest. And and I think one of those cures for COVID was from that. It was from the blood, but it's not from like my blood. It was from traumatized children's blood. You can do your research on that. So, how many times you guys seen the video? I couldn't find it, but how many times y'all seen the elites having a dinner and there's a turkey on the tape? Excuse me. And if you don't pay attention to you really don't. If you really just scrolling through, you're not paying attention to it, you realize that it's a fucking human that's been roasted. It's a human that has been roasted. So here's the hard answer to, are we food? My hard answer is yes. Because these people look at us as food. They don't look at us as, you know, I'm sorry, they don't look at us as humans. They look at us as food. Connect the dots. It's all connected. Why do they say that we're not human in this Constitution? And we was treated like cattle because they was eating us. Right now in today's society, why are so many people missing? Sex trafficking? And yeah, that's the tip of the iceberg. That's the tip of the iceberg. That's just something that they allow the media to talk about, and the 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 ATF to go arrest a couple of people here and there every year. But that's the tip of the iceberg. How in the world you have this many kids missing and we don't even find their bodies? We don't even we don't even hear about. I mean, when the last time y'all heard about those kids from DC? 500 missing. 500 kids missing in a span of what, 2 to 3 months? When the last time you heard about that? When the last time you heard somebody found a body, found a leg, found a toe? No, you're not, because they look at us as food. This has been on my mind for a long time, and I'm like, nah, man, nah, man. Look at all the vampire movies you have out. Look at this dude that I shared on my Facebook page talking about if there's a food shortage, I gotta look at my neighbor sideways. I gotta size my neighbor up because I'm not letting my kids starve. This is a man in 2021 said that he is looking at his neighbors so he can feed his children. And I'm gonna see if I can find the video real quick because I know you guys. I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys pay attention to what's going on, really care about what's going on. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm just going to be honest. My superpower is being honest. I've extrapolated this out, and I won't have to for a few years since I got food and stuff. But I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up, and gut them, and skin them, and chop them up. And you know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors. See, my superpower is being honest. I'll eat your ass. I will. His superpowers, being honest, he'll eat our ass. Family, this is why I say we must defend ourselves at all costs. This is why I say we must separate at all costs, because we are looked at as food. The hard answer to this shit is fuck no, we're not food. No, we're not food. But the truth of the situation is certain people look at us as food. Certain people want to drink your blood and eat your flesh. It goes back to the Celtic religion. It goes back to satanic religion. It goes back to the Vikings. It goes back to now. How do you think they got the blood out of those victims to take a bath? How many bodies do you need for this woman to enjoy her blood bath? What do you think? They just put an IV in the person's neck and let the blood out a little bit at a time, huh? Or like he said, I'm gonna hang you up, I'm gonna gut you, and I'm gonna let your blood drain out. While it's nice and warm, then I'm gonna get in there and take a bath. You see how gruesome and gory these people are? And I'm telling y'all, man, we need to separate. We need to get away. I don't understand. I don't understand this culture. I don't understand how we haven't, how anybody else hasn't seen this shit. But this is why I tell y'all to arm yourselves. This is why I tell y'all don't let y'all children go nowhere that you're not there. I know it's hard on the kids to understand why some of us are so protective of them. 20 kids a day missing here in Vegas. 20 kids a day. When you do the math up, I mean, divided by the days, I think there's over almost 3,000 kids a day missing. I mean, a year missing. So it's 20 kids yearly a day missing here in Vegas. Where are those bodies? Where are those children? And we go on about our lives and nobody says nothing. And then you just, it's just weird that people just don't give a fuck. Those 500 children, I think it was 502 children from DC, there should at least be 1,000 people in the streets demanding justice, family. I don't get it. I'm being honest with y'all, man. I don't get it. I don't understand how we can allow this stuff to continuously happen to us and we don't do nothing and say nothing. No, we're not food, man. But yes, yes, some people culture through their DNA, through their bloodline, look at us as a source of energy. One of the texts said that it was not one of the texts, but one of the posts was saying that when they drink the human bloods and fat and it was ordered to solve everyday complaints like headaches and epilepsy. So this is your Europeans, by the nobles, like I said, from the royal scientists, routinely ate remedies containing human bone, fat, and blood in order to solve everyday ailments. So, regardless if they look at you as medicine, man, regardless if they look at you as medicine, they want to eat you. They want to eat us. This is sickening to me. And like I said, I did this before, and I guess this is why I've been on my mind and like being conscious now. You see this shit. You see this shit. They throw it in a movie. Oh, they threw it in Always Sunny. No, he was like, I got the craving. I don't know. I've been eating all this stuff. I don't know. We ate human meat and I got the taste for it now. And he was like, well, we got to make sure that they gave us human meat. How do we do that? And she was like, well, hear me out. Let's go to the morgue. And he was like, and she was like, but hear me out now. He was cut her off real quick. Oh, let's go. So they throw this shit in your face all the time. They throw it in your face with these celebrities. They throw it in your face with these movies. They throw it in your face with everything that you look at in society. And I can't remember the name of the little drug. Um, 44 used to talk about it all the time that he took it. But that drug is made up from child's blood. I've told you guys that. But it is what it is, man. So yeah, man. Every time we have a gun show out here, I'm ammoing up. I don't know if it's gonna change anything. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if there's gonna be a drought. I don't know if they're gonna unplug the power, unplug the water. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I know you won't eat me without a fight. Think about that. All right? Hotel.